Hello, everyone. This is recap for episodes 117 to 119, I think.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
117?
Yeah. Stop. Proprietary. We can't talk about that.
Perfect.
Well,
Rick has no relation to said number whatsoever.
With your
right.
shirt.
Yes. Sorry. Recap. So, beginning of last session, Tiri became a vanguard of the stream. She got her deific item and ability, so she has the ability to be a time hero, essentially.
It cost me everything.
I'm not there yet, though. So, as we started the session, the whole party pretty much in grief, still trying to grapple with the death of Arkeero. Apparently it is real, and I kind of have expected Arkeero to just pop up and say, actually, no, I'm still alive. That didn't happen.
Nope, he's still lying down.
He's still there, so it could happen. Anyway, right, so we're all in grief, but combat is thrust upon us as Aurora actually immediately, as she said, dove into death, which apparently is something she can do. And as she descends into the Sea of Stars, Guthrin, the Eyes, actually pursued her as Aurora was going through the Sea of Stars searching for Arkeero as his soul was passing by out of life. Guthrin pursues her, but that actually opened up a second front of combat. So as Guthrin is kind of frozen in our physical world, she's pursuing Aurora in the Sea of Stars. And as combat engages, Tiri and Iliad actually are going after the ears. The cackling, maniacal gnome, who is... Brick thought he was going to get him, but doesn't work out the way you think. So the gnome, Tiri and Iliad engage, and at this point, Brick was holding Arkeero's dead body just being held, and Brick whispers something to Arkeero. I told Dan what it is. I didn't tell anyone else yet. And Brick kind of sets him down and just engages in combat. And it just goes after Guthrin. And while that's happening, Tiri and Iliad are engaging the gnome. And, I forgot. Brick inflicted blinded on the Eyes. And I think I got a legend point for that from someone.
You should. You should get one again.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
If I was alive, I'd give you one.
Yeah, okay.
If any of us had any, we would give you one.
That's true.
We're pretty dry on legend points after this combat. But so as the gnome makes a concussive blast against both Iliad and Tiri actually Tiri goes to 0. Tiri drops, but Iliad brings her back not Iliad. Pimpan actually brings Tiri back because the concussive blast actually put Tiri into a nightmare state, and Pimpan willed herself into that nightmare as a heal to pull her out and back into the fight. And back in the Sea of Stars, Aurora is searching for Arkeero or someone, and she comes across her father and mother. So her mother being Marosha. And as we discover, her father is one of the big giant dark shepherds, shepherding souls as they pass through the Sea of Stars. And as she's just in despair about all that's happened, feeling like she's lied to the party and now she's lost part of her family with Arkeero dying. But Marosha actually brings Arkeero to her in the Sea of Stars. And Arkeero, as a beautiful moment, offered just this final goodbye, encouragement, forgiveness to Aurora. And just as we thought it was about to wrap up, Guthrin actually appears in the Sea of Stars, attempting to eliminate the Arkeero in death, hopefully permanently. But Austin got to roll from death, and it was awesome. And of course, he rolled amazing because he always does. Still a topic of suspicion. We haven't gotten to the bottom. rolled amazing.
I did die.
Did die. But you got some great
Because of
narrative
rolls,
moments.
I did die.
The luck ran out eventually.
Indeed.
But Arkeero grips Guthrun's face just like she gripped his and thrusts her out of the Sea of Stars. And after the goodbye to Aurora, Marosha knights Arkeero and he dissipates into the Sea of Stars as a final goodbye. So back into real combat. Guthrun slams back into the real world, and all of this happened very quickly. And Guthrun gets attacked by Brick immediately. Brick is in fuming hatred, attacking Guthrun. Brick is emotionally destroyed from all that he's experienced. And the ears, one of the scarier moments, the ears gripped Pim-Pam by the throat, and Tiri, of course, was not having any of that. So,
No.
Tiri powers up her hammer and actually inflicts polymorph on the ear's soul, not just him. So it flipped his stats. It was a cool thing. Go back, watch the episode. It was awesome. But this is where Iliad actually protects Tiri from going back down to 0, which obviously would have been bad for Pim-Pam as well. Aurora attempts to invoke the Hand of Doom on Guthrun, which is just basically her ability to say death to you. It's the Death Bane as a mechanic.
Such violence.
But before she can do that, Valak put a bug in Aurora's mind, and right at that moment, it was attempted to be activated. But sheer will and good rolling, she resisted.
I forgot that.
Yeah, that could have been really, really bad. But it all worked out. So Aurora resists and attacks Guthrun. But as she's glowing with power and her deific power is just flowing through her, Brick, overwhelmed by the death of Arkeero, his uncertainty in the trust of his teammates, everything shifting, Brick becomes disabled. And for the first time, first time, Brick actually got a memory back. Up until this point, it's been dreamlike, trying to piece together a drug-induced state. Nothing's dreams and reality being merged, but this time he actually remembered a solid memory that he now carries with him. It was a memory of betrayal and loss and just the summation of what he's feeling now.
So epic.
It was good. I thought it was good. Thank you to Janae and Austin and Phil and all the other actors for that, which was just me and Dan. But, so as Brick comes out of that, Aurora slams her sword into Guthrun. Guthrun is inflicted with the Deathbane. She is not looking good, and Brick, realizing that Aurora is not her enemy, for now at least, joins her in the fight against Guthrun to attack her. So now we get to the epic part. As Iliad sees that Tiri is just stuck in this nightmare, Iliad sings a lullaby to her, which is the lullaby that Tiri sung to her children to bring her out of it. And David wrote a melody on the spot, and of course it was great. Even though it's just
I didn't remember that.
You gotta go back and you gotta remember it.
You gotta go write it down.
Moment, yeah.
So after that happened, the ears is going after Pim-Pam again. But Tiri, sacrificing everything, says no one's going after Pim-Pam. So she uses her deific ability, already at Fatigue 2, correct?
Yep.
Fatigue 2, deciding to use her narrative ability to obliterate the ears from time and existence, from the stream. She succeeds in obliterating the ears, but at a great cost, because she needed to barely make I believe it was a fortitude.
30.
Yes, it was a 30 fortitude or will. One of those.
Willitude.
Willitude.
Yes.
and Tiri got a 29. But, which I think we'll get some information as to how it went about, but Aurora actually had her lucky and sacrificed it to bump Tiri up to not die, so she isn't dead, but she is at fatigue level 5, so she's out of this combat and probably out for much, much longer. So that is where we have left off. Guthrun not looking good, the team in grief, everyone feeling broken, but the battle's not over yet. So come join us for the next episode.
Oh, yeah.
It's always so much more drawn out than I think it's going to be.
It's fine. It's
Damn,
good.
I don't remember all that stuff.